What up, what up, what up? What's poppin'? What's good? What's the deal? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? What's good with you people? What's poppin'? So today's show, I'm going to be talking about what good-looking guys won't tell you about attracting women. Okay, what good-looking guys will not tell you about attracting women. What's poppin'? How's everybody doing? Before I get into anything, make sure you guys check out the book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Go to MrLocario.com, click the link below to get the ebook, hard copy, or audiobook. Make sure you guys get this at MrLocario.com, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Francis, Damien AT, what's poppin'? Cool Wizard, Rob Cruz, The Bruto, what's going on? Pervish Patel, Dada Saints, D Weez, what's good? What is going on? The Bruto, what's poppin', bro? You hilarious. Let me make sure I put the joint up here to donate to the show. Okay. Patreon, not Patreon, PayPal.me/Mr. Locario. Yeah, so let me put this up there real quick. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta get to the game. I gotta get to the game first before we start taking the calls. I gotta spit this fire. I'm gonna spit this fire first, and then we're gonna get to the calls. But here's the donate link. Remember, all the donations are helping to get another space for me to do these do these live streams and videos, because there's another space I want to get to where I'm going to have more time to do more shit. So then if I have more time to do more shit, that means more live streams, more videos, more all that other shit. You understand what I'm saying? So what's popping with you? All right, so but yeah, the thing is this, man. The thing is this. I want to talk about, what good-looking guys won't tell you about attracting women. Right? Because, see, what a lot of guys think is this. They think that if you're a guy who, a lot of women will say is good looking, right? And before I start into all of that, remember, looks is subjective. So, one girl could think this guy's really good looking, another girl could think that same guy is not good looking. So it is what it is. It's subjective. You understand what I'm saying? But let's say, just for sake of argument, for sake of this video, let's say you have a guy where there's a lot of women who say that he's good looking. Right? What up, Joe Blast was popping. Right? Now, the assumption that people have is that it's easy for this guy to get women, or I should say it's easy for this guy to attract women. Right? Now, you got to differentiate between, attracting women and getting women. When I say getting women, meaning he's fucking them, he's getting them on dates, he's able to make shit happen. So, what happens is this. It's easy for a good-looking guy to attract women, meaning that they think he's attractive, they see him, they look at him, and they're like, this guy's fucking attractive, right? But, it's not easy for them to get the chick. And see, this is the assumption. Guys think because a woman may find the guy physically, attractive, that it's going to be easy for that guy to get her attracted to him. Right? And so this is the thing that guys who aren't good looking, or who don't get a lot of chicks saying they're good looking, or are not in that sort of like world where women are saying they're good looking, these guys don't understand this. So they fucking idolize guys who they think are good looking. They're like, oh man, it must be so easy for him to get girls because he looks good, right? But what you got to understand is that what the good looking guy is not telling you is that he still needs to put in work, and it's not easy for him. See, now this is the thing. It'll be easier for him to attract a woman than, let's say, a guy who most people would consider unattractive, right? But it's still not easy for him. You understand what I'm saying? It's like this. I'll put it like this way. It's easier for me to make more money than the average person who's working a 9 to 5 at, let's say, McDonald's, but it's still not easy for me to make a lot of money. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's easier for me to make more money because I have my own business, but it's still not easy for me to make a lot of money. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what you got to understand. There's still work that's put into it. So just because a woman, sees a guy and she's like, oh, he's physically appealing, right? Doesn't mean it's easy for that guy to get her. Doesn't mean it's easy for that guy to make shit happen. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what dudes don't get, because a lot of guys don't have experience with women in general, right? And on top of that, because a guy may be like, well, I'm not really good looking, then he doesn't know what's actually happening when it comes to, guys girls would consider good looking. Right now, another thing you got to understand is this, because I'm about to get deep into this shit. So I'm about to get, before we get into the calls, I'm going to get, deep into some shit that some of y'all probably have never heard before. But I'm going to break this down so you'll sort of understand the dynamics that you see playing out in real life, right? So I'm going to go deep. I'm going to tell you when I get deep, right? Now, but before you get to deep, I'm going to, just say some more shit. Now, there's a difference between being good looking and having sex appeal. And I've talked about this before. This part I've talked about before. There's a difference between being good looking and having sex appeal. You could actually be good looking to a woman and have no sex appeal to that woman. On the flip side, you could also not be so good looking to that woman, but have hella sex appeal to that woman. You understand? It's a difference. Now, can you be good looking and have sex appeal? Of course. Right? So you could be good looking and also have sex appeal, but just being good looking doesn't automatically mean you're sexually appealing. So that means that a woman could find you good looking and still not think you have sex appeal. So therefore, that will make it difficult for you to get with that girl in that sexual manner. So this is why I say again, it's not easy just because he looks good. This is what dudes don't get. You understand? Exactly, AT, is a difference between attractive and attraction. So there's a difference between a woman thinking you're attractive and a woman actually being attracted to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and this even goes for us men too. Look, there's women who I find attractive, but I'm not attracted to them. You understand what I'm saying? There's women who I would see and I'm like, she's attractive, right? But I'm not necessarily attracted to her. Like, let me try to pull up a picture of a woman that I will say I think is attractive, but I'm not attracted to her, right? Hold on. Let me find something. Let me find a picture of like a model or something, right? Okay. Perfect example. Now, if you guys could see this picture in the screen, right? Look at this woman. Now, in my opinion, I think she is attractive, but I am not attracted to this woman. You understand what I'm saying? So, I think this woman right here is attractive, but I'm not attracted to her. You understand? Now, the reason why I am not attracted to her is because I like chicks who are thick. You understand what I'm saying? I like chicks who are thick. I'm attracted to chicks who are thick. Now, some guys, they may be attracted to that girl in the picture I just showed you. You understand? Now, would I let that girl suck my dick? Of course. Would I smash? I'd probably smash if I'm bored, but I'm not attracted to her. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that a woman can see a guy just like that, meaning she's like, oh yeah, he looks good, but she's not attracted to him, and therefore she may not end up fucking that dude. See, the difference between us men and women is that, for us, a lot of times, you may not even be attracted to a woman, but we'll still fuck her. a lot of times women, because they're not attracted to you, they won't fuck you. You understand? So this is what I'm saying. There's a difference between being good looking and being sexually appealing. This is what people got to understand. Right? Now, the thing you got to understand too, and this is what I also wanted to bring up with this whole thing about, you know, because I did a video the other day where I was talking about how I said that, you know, I titled it 7 Reasons Why Men Don't Like Approaching Women. Right? So I was talking about there's reasons why men don't like approaching women. And one of the reasons I said was that, Jay, you said, do I know Gemstar on Instagram? You said she's very thick. Nah, I probably gotta look her up then. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with some thick joints. But anyway, but in that video, one of the reasons why I said dudes don't like approaching women is because some guys think that they're too good looking for that. Right? Like, there's a dude that be leaving comments under my videos, this dude named Warrior Mindset. And he's like, don't cold approach women and don't do this and don't do that, right? And, you know, he's one of these dudes that certain women will say, oh, he's a good looking guy. So he's like, I don't have to approach chicks because chicks approach me. And so me and him sort of went back and forth in the comments. And so he was saying that, you know, I said to him, I said, listen, if 20 to 25 chicks ain't trying to holler at you in one day, you still got to approach chicks. So if 20 or 25 girls consistently on a daily basis ain't hollering at you as you walking through the city and all that other stuff, you got to approach women. And so he's saying, come on, Miss Locario, you exaggerating. If 5 chicks a month approach you, then that's good. Right? So I replied to him and I said, well, okay, let's take 5 girls a month. What if 4 of those 5 girls you're not attracted to? Now you're only down to 1 a month. You understand what I'm saying? Or what if 4 of those 5 girls are attention whores and you don't fucking get anything popping? Oh, Demand, what's popping? I'm gonna have you call in. First. You'll be the first one I pick up on. All right. What's the first 3 numbers of your phone number again? So I remember. I'll have you the first one to call up. Right. Now you have 5 chicks that holler at you or approach you or send you choosing signals, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right. Jono, exactly. What if you know, okay, it's 5:20. Now you could have 5 girls throwing you choosing signals or 5 girls approaching you, but let's say 4 out of those 5 girls are fucking time wasters. So now you're down to 1 a month, right? So now, are you gonna really wait for basically 1 chick a month to try to fuck with you, and then even that one girl, who's to say you're gonna end up fucking her? What if she starts to being wishy-washy? What if she starts being flaky? You understand? So dudes are always talking about, well, let me wait for the choosing signals, which is bullshit. But no guy is sexually appealing enough to the point where most women are going to come out of their comfort zones to either approach you, to 1, because most chicks ain't going to do that shit because they too scared. And 2, right? It's, you know, when it comes to choosing signals, chicks will choose for a bunch of different reasons. See, Fierce Viper, you're sounding ridiculous. You said choosing signals are the only way cold approach doesn't work. If cold approach doesn't work, choosing signals don't work. You understand what I'm saying? If cold approach don't work, choosing signals don't work. Do you understand how that? Do you understand the logic? If you cold approach 100 girls and none of them want to fuck with you, how the fuck are you getting chosen if no chicks ain't trying to fuck with you? You understand what I'm saying? This is how it's so fucking ridiculous how dudes don't see the flaw in logic. You understand what I'm saying? Dudes don't see the flaw in logic. JXN, you said the approach is always cold even after choosing signals. Facts. I agree with that. Because she still got to choose you again after y'all start talking and interacting. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. So What I'm saying is that you have guys out there who, um, you know, because they've had women tell them they're good-looking dudes, they think that they don't need to approach women. Because what happens is that they get a woman every now and then checking them out. Or a woman every now and then, or every blue moon, that'll approach them. But what I'm saying is it doesn't happen on a consistent basis. This is what the good-looking guys are not going to tell you. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't happen consistently. And when I say consistently, again, I'm talking about if every day you walk outside and you're not getting at least, let's say you pass 100 girls a day, and you're not getting at least 20 of those girls, 25 of those girls trying to holler at you, trying to walk up to you, trying to throw you signals every day, you got to approach women. And most guys, 99.99999% of guys are not getting those type of results. It's not happening. You understand? It's not happening. And a lot of times when you do get choosing signals, you can't even recognize them because there's a lot of signals that chicks throw out that you'll always miss. Right? So, again, this is something that the dudes don't want to tell you. Right? They're not really getting approached by chicks at all, or if they're getting choosing signals, it happens rarely. It's not enough. And this is what I have to say to that, and this is what guys don't understand. You have to understand that women are very fickle and flaky and all over the place and emotional, so that fucking determines your actual success rate with women. This is why you have to play the numbers game. So if I'm waiting for 5 girls to check me out every month, right? That does not mean I'm going to get those 5 girls. Why? Because women are flaky and fickle and all over the place. You understand what I'm saying? This is like, let's say if you have a business, right? And you have to sell 100 products in your business every month to make a profit. You're not going to say, well, I'm going to sit back and just wait for 100 people to come and talk to me and fuck with me. No. You're going to go out there and you're going to fucking market and promote, and you'll probably market and promote to 1,000 people, 5,000 people, 8,000 people. And then out of those 5,000 people, 8,000 people, you'll find 100 to buy your product. You understand? It's the same type of concept. See, what you got to understand is that women in general do not approach men. Women in general are passive. So you're not going to have enough women who are aggressive enough to come approach you even if they wanted to. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they wanted to. X-Fears Viper, you need to call up. I'm gonna have you call up if because you one of these dudes who don't know nothing about no women. So about 98% of men get laid from Tinder. No, they do not. No, they do not. X-Fears Viper, they do not approach you and give you choosing signals. Stop bullshitting. You know what I find funny? It's always the dudes who are like, oh, I'm like this super alpha sexy flexy ass nigga, and they never have a fucking picture on their avatar. It's always some blank shit. It's never a nigga. The niggas who's the sexiest niggas ever, who are the God's gift to women, always hiding behind a blank avatar. You understand what I'm saying? It's always just funny to me. It's just funny how that works. You understand? It's just funny. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. But, again, like I said, women are fickle and flaky. This is why you have to play the numbers game. This is why you have to approach. Because if I want 5 chicks, if I want 5 girls who are going to cooperate, who are going to be on point, I might have to talk to 90 to 100 girls to get 5 girls who's going to cooperate heavy. Right? I'm not waiting for 5 girls to smile at me. Or I'm not even waiting just for 5 girls to approach me if that's going to happen, right? Because those 5 girls are girls who are probably going to flake, who are probably attention whores, who are manipulative, who are on some bullshit. So what happens is you always have to sift through the large crowd of women to find the actual 5 girls who's going to be fucking with you. Right? Not the 5 girls just throwing you choosing signals, because you still don't know if it's going to work out with those girls throwing you the goddamn choosing signals. You still got to approach. You still got to talk. You still got to make this shit happen. You still got to put in the work. See, let me tell you guys something, man. Let me tell you guys something. And let me tell you, because I'm living this shit, okay? I'm living this motherfucking shit, right? What you got to understand is this. I'm living this shit, meaning there's times where I could go out, like when we were, we're going to start going back out soon when they die this shit down. But I'll go out to bars, I'll go out to clubs, I'll go out to events, right? Now, there's days where I go out to certain spots and I'd have 0 chicks choosing up on me. Or obviously choosing. Because when I say choosing, I'm talking about it's obvious. I'm not talking about no slick shit. You understand? I'm not talking about no slick shit. I'm talking about obvious choosing. Then, there are times where I go out and I'd get like fucking 20, 30 chicks choosing in one night. You understand what I'm saying? But, what you have to understand is that it's never consistent enough. Because even if I get those 20, 30 girls choosing, I approach those 20 or 30 girls, and out of those 20 or 30 girls, it'll still be only 4 or 5 that's on point. This is what y'all don't get. So this is why you have to consistently keep talking to a number of different women. It's just like in a business. Let's say, for example, you have an online business. They teach you how to keep getting leads. You understand what I'm saying? You got to keep getting leads. So you got to keep putting people into that funnel, because everybody that goes into the funnel is not going to buy. So you got to keep getting new customers in the funnel. It's the same shit with dealing with chicks. You could get 4 or 5 girls choosing you in a month. That don't mean all 5 of these girls gonna fuck you. That don't mean any of them is gonna fuck you. Fierce, what are you talking about? You talking some goofy shit. Now, let me explain something else to you guys. A lot of these good-looking dudes, and I'm telling you this because this is shit I've done. And this is shit that I've seen my friends do. Friends who are even better looking than me. You understand what I'm saying? Friends who I used to model with, back in the day. Right? What good-looking guys usually do, right? Is they will go with the path of least resistance. Okay? They're going to go with the path of least resistance. So, let's say a chick is attracted to you because of your looks, right? And let's say she finds you sexually appealing. She's sexually attracted to you, right? But this girl may not necessarily be the dime piece you want. But she's all right. She's like a 6. Maybe a 7.5. You understand? Maybe a 7. Right? So you're like, fuck it, I'll take her. Because it's the path of least resistance. She's making it easy for you because she's attracted to you because of your look. Right? But what happens is that when it comes time for a guy, when they see that girl who's a dime, who may not necessarily be giving them choosing signals, or who may not necessarily be sweating them, they can't get that girl. Why? Because their game is weak. They've been coasting on their looks. You understand? This is what I try to explain to dudes. A lot of motherfuckers be coasting on their looks. Make sure you guys get them likes up. Make sure you guys hit that donate button. You feel me? They be coasting on their looks. You understand? So this is what I'm saying, where a lot of dudes who get chicks. You said Locario doesn't cold approach on the street. He goes to networking events. Bro, I cold approach on the street too. I cold approach everywhere. You understand? I like going to events better. You understand what I'm saying? But I cold approach everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, I cold approach in church, nigga. What the fuck you talking about, man? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, dude, I'm 38 years old. You understand what I'm saying? This is what dudes, see, this is what I'm saying. Rohan J, exactly. These dudes, they don't have any fucking avatar or nothing. But they know all the shit that's popping off. Right? But this is the thing. Again, a lot of these good-looking dudes, what they do is they go with the path of least resistance, and because they've been doing that so long, and because they've been coasting so long on their with their looks, when they find a girl who they really want to get with, it's hard for them to get with those girls because they don't know what to do. So you have a lot of guys who are who certain women would consider good-looking, and that guy may want a chick and be like, damn, I want to holler at her, but right, he don't know how to do it, and he can't get that girl. So you have a lot of good-looking dudes who, they can't get the types of girl they actually want. Now, this doesn't mean all good-looking guys this is happening to, but a lot of good-looking guys do this because they coast on their looks and they go with the path of least resistance. So they sort of take what they can get when it comes to certain chicks giving them some sort of attention. But even a lot of times that shit is short-lived because they be fucking with a chick they're not really that into, and that girl might be giving him a hard time later on down the line. She might be an attention whore that he starts to find out. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, man. I'm going to let you guys call up in a second. Hold on, I'm going to let you guys call in a second. But this is the last thing I wanted to say, because I told them I was going to get deep on y'all ass. Pause. April MC in the chat, that's what's going on, what's popping with you. I want to get deep on y'all for a second, and then we're going to take some calls, right? Because this is what y'all don't understand. I'm telling you, there's certain things that dudes, they don't understand in this game, and I really want you guys to listen to what the fuck I'm about to say, right? Now, what happens is this. See, a lot of guys think that in order to get a girl who they consider a dime, or a girl who they consider super physically attractive, let's say, let's just use the number scale so we can make this simple, right? Let's say you have a girl who's a 10. She's physically a 10. You're like, yo, this girl is bad. So most guys think in order to get that girl who's physically a 10, they have to be a guy who most would consider physically a 10. So they think, well, the guy has to have muscles, he has to be 6 foot something with a six pack, and he got all this other shit, right? So they think that in order for that guy to get, or in order for a guy to get that 10 girl, he has to be physically the equivalent of a 10. Now you may be asking yourself, right? Why is it that I sometimes see women who are physically a 10 with a guy you would consider physically a 6? Or why is it that sometimes I see women who are physically 8, 9s, and 10s with guys you would consider physically 5, 6s, and 7s? Or why is it you see guys who are physically you would consider 9s and 10s with women you would physically consider 6s and 7s? Right? So you're like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't get this. Right? Now, what you have to understand is this. Is that the reason why you will see a girl who's physically a 10 with a guy who's physically maybe you would consider him a 5 or 6 is because those two people are on the same frequency. You understand what I'm saying? They're on the same frequency. So what that means is this, is that just because a girl is physically a 10, right? In her mind, she may not see herself as a 10. She may see herself as a 6. So I'm just simplifying this because it gets deeper. Right? So I'm going to say that again. The girl who sees herself, the girl who you see as physically a 10, she may see herself as physically a 6. So therefore, she'll end up getting with the guy who sees himself as physically a 6, meaning they're on the same frequency. You understand? Now, you may have a guy who's physically a 10, and then you have a girl who is physically a 7, or physically even a 6, right? And what happens is, the guy who's physically a 10 may want the girl who's physically a 10, but he can't get the girl who's physically a 10. Why? Because her frequency is of a girl who's physically a 6. I hope I'm not, getting you guys confused. So what I mean is that this is what will happen. This is why you may be a good-looking dude, and you may have a hard time getting a good-looking woman because y'all are not on the same frequency. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that you may approach, let's say you're this good-looking guy, and you approach this good-looking girl. The good-looking girl doesn't think she's good-looking. So therefore, you're not going to get her because she thinks that she is not at the same level as you. You understand? She doesn't think she's on the same level as you. So therefore, you're not going to be able to get her. So you're like, but damn, you so fine. Like, what's good, blah, 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 blah. And she's looking at you like, yo, you're like a super high value, awesome, sexy guy. What would you want with me? And you're looking at her like, bitch, you sexy as fuck. What you talking about? Right? But her mindset is she's not confident. Even though she looks this way, she's not confident. Therefore, she's going to skip over you and get with the guy who's physically a 6. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, also what will happen is this. You could be a guy who's physically a 10, and you're confident in all this other stuff. You're going to actually have more connection with that girl who may be physically 7, but she's confident. So this is why it may be easier for you to get that 7 than the 10. It's not, and this is what guys think. They think it's easier for you to get the 7 because she's a 7 and she's not as good looking as the 10. No, but it's easier for you to get the 7 because the 7 is on the same confident wavelength as you, and the 10 is not. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Like there's all these other things at play that most people are not looking at or thinking about. You understand? Because just because you think a girl is a dime, that don't mean she thinks she's a dime. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you think a girl is a 5, that don't mean she thinks she's a 5. Right? Like, you ever see, like, like how you have guys out here who say, yo, these girls are like 6s and 7s and be acting like dimes. You know why? Because she may think she's a dime. You understand what I'm saying? And you know why this happens? It's because the actual beauty standard and the actual standard of what's valuable and what's not is all in your own fucking mind. You understand? So, for example, you have some girls who, they will see a dude like me, and because I'm dark skinned, and because I, like muscular and all this other shit, I may be their type. And then there's other women who may see me, I'm totally not their type. Right? And then there may be women who see me and think, like, I may see a girl who's thick as fuck and I think is sexy as shit and I want to fuck with her, but she won't fuck with me because, let's say, in her mind, I'm too good for her. You understand? And then I might meet another chick who's, let's say, like a 6 or a 7, who me and her just click because she thinks she deserves a guy like me, and I fucking am clicking with her because I'm like, yo, this chick is fucking on point. She's cooperative. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's sexy as hell. Like, everything about her is on point, and that's what makes me want to fuck with her. But it's because we're on the same frequency. Versus I may see a dime, but I'm not on the same frequency as her. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Is that you have to understand that when it comes to this whole good-looking thing, it's subjective. You know, dudes who are good-looking still have to put in work. You know, ain't no dude out here getting approached enough to the point where they're just like, well, I don't talk to no chicks, and every girl that I fuck with ever is a chick that approached me. Now there are guys, again, there's guys here and there, which is a small, minuscule amount of guys where that can be true. But for most dudes, it's not. For most dudes, it's not. JXN, how you say you disagree with looks being subjective? How are looks not subjective, JXN? How are looks not subjective? If everyone is saying, hey, this guy or this girl is good looking, or let's say you go into a room and 100 people are saying this person's good looking. If the 101st person says they're not, it's subjective. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna take calls in a second. You said it says science symmetry makes people better looking, a certain hip to waist ratio. Okay, well, how about in some cultures the way that the person looks is different than how another person may look in another culture. So in this culture, this type of person looks good, and in this culture, this type of person looks good. So it's still subjective. Because if you take someone from culture A and show them a person from culture B, they may say that person doesn't look good. Therefore, it's subjective. You understand what I'm saying? It's always subjective. Always. There is no objective, oh, well, everyone in the world thinks this person is attractive. It will never happen. It will never happen. It will never happen. Hold on, Toady Kid 15 said he sent the donation. Let me check real quick so I can shout you out. And if you want to call up, we're gonna have you call up in a minute. Hold on 1 second. Let me check my phone. Make sure it came through. Hold on 1 second. All right. All right, was that you with the $2 donation? Shout out to you, my brother. All right. Hold on, I'm gonna take calls in 1 second. What I want is my dude Demand still in here? I want Demand to call up first. I think this is Demand. Hold on. Demand, call back up. I want Demand to call back up first. Hold on. Yo, what's poppin'? Is this Demand?
What's up, Locario? What's up with you?
I'm chilling. Is this Demand?
Yeah, it is.
All right, what's poppin' with you, bro?
I just wanted to say, what you're saying is completely right, bro. I'm 18. I'm going to college, and you see certain things, like, for example, when you're talking about the looks and the different number scales, I've seen dudes I've hooped with, and he's way better body than me, and he's with some fat girl, and I'm thinking to myself, like, how? But then I look at your videos, and I see the things you and Miles said about, looks are subjective, and you're totally right, you know what I mean? Things like that. And I'm friends, and a lot of me and my friends, like, all of us, you know, to me, I'm like, I guess I'm the funny one of the group, right? But I'm not the best looking one in terms of looks. They struggle just as much as I do. You know what I mean? Of course. I have a friend that's like 6'5". I had a friend that's 6'5". He's black with dreads, bro, and he considers himself a black incel. And I'm like, bro, but you say looks matter all the time. You're taller than me. You look better than me. You can't find a girl.
Right.
Like, it's like that. Like, people just don't understand. Like, it's funny. And me personally, I need to work on my game more because I'm pretty good with social people, and I have a lot of friends. I can meet people. It's just that when it comes to like, after talking to the girl and getting to know her, I just need to learn how to do certain things, which I'm learning. But that's okay. But I really look out in these streets, like you guys always say, and it's the truth. Like, if you look at these incel videos and stuff all day, you're gonna believe it. But if you actually go out there and look, you're gonna see for what it is. Like,
well, yeah, that's because, you know what? This is the reason. Let me tell you guys the reason why a lot of dudes believe all that black pill incel stuff. Because the black pill and the incel motherfuckers, they're actually saying things that are correct. What they're saying isn't necessarily incorrect. There's only half of what they're saying is incorrect. Meaning that they'll say shit like, well, if you look really good, chicks are going to want to fuck with you. Yes, that's correct. But when they start saying shit like, oh, looks are the only things that matter, and if you don't look like this guy, it's over for you, that is incorrect. You understand what I'm saying? That's the part that they don't get. It's like they take this whole thing where it's like this one fucking thing, and I'm like, it's not true. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't understand the difference between physical attractiveness and a person being attracted, and also they don't understand how women think and how women communicate, because women, a woman's feelings are the thing that gets her to want to actually fuck with dudes in a lot of situations. For example, shout out to Alan Roger Curry. He said once on one of his videos where he had phone sex with a woman, had the woman playing with her pussy, and the chick didn't even know how this dude looked. She'd never seen a picture of this guy, never seen how he looked or nothing, but he was able to get her horny, playing with herself, doing all this other shit, and she had no idea how he looked. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I knew of guys who did shit like that too, where I think it was one
other thing too is one of my friends, his name, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like, he's pretty built or whatever, he's tall, and he acts like a dick, you know what I mean? He acts like a dick. And he'll get some of the girls because of that, but the girls he attracts, he does not like that. Like, he doesn't like black girls, but that's all he attracts, right? And he'll mess with them just because that's what he can get. And he talks about how he's a pimp and all this, but in reality, he's really not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he says he swears he has game, but at the end of the day, he doesn't, because he doesn't get the girls he wants. So it's just like, what you're saying is completely right.
Yeah, because look, a lot of these dudes, they'll get chicks, but a lot of times it might not necessarily be the women that they want all the time. So it's like, again, it's the whole coasting thing. You understand? So there's guys that'll coast on the looks. You see what I mean? So they'll be like, well, that's like a big part of their game. So when they do see a girl they actually want to get with, they don't know how to talk to her. Because let's say the girl isn't necessarily paying them any mind. Because this is the thing. You could be a woman's you could actually not be a woman's physical type and still get with her, because she may end up liking you based off of other things, and she may not even think you're ugly. She may think you're attractive, but you're not necessarily the type of guy she go for. But if you start talking to her and you start interacting with her, she may end up liking you. But if you don't know how to talk to girls and interact with them and flirt with them, they ain't gonna fucking like you. So it don't matter if you was good looking or not. You see what I'm saying?
And another thing I'm saying too is I had to stop comparing myself to my friends or other people that would get like more girls. You know what I mean? Because when you do that, it messes up your whole mindset. Like, I remember the beginning of, this is like my first freshman year in college, and the first semester, bro, like, I felt like, because I would compare myself to my friends and everything, and it would just completely, like, my game was just off because of that. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, well, my friend, he barely has to say anything, and he can get this girl. And the funny thing is, this is funny. I was at a party with but this is this is how I met one of my friends, right? This is before we knew each other. There was this girl, and we're all friends. That's the funny thing.
Right.
He took her to her dorm, and in my mind, I was like, damn, bro, like, he took her to the dorm. He's about to fuck. Like, damn, I can't even do that. Come to find out, I found out a week later, that same girl, and she's all part of our friend group now. She told me, she's like, yeah, we didn't do anything. I didn't think he's that attractive. I'm like, wow.
Right.
I just let myself assume that he took her and did something, and he didn't do nothing, bro. She literally used him to walk him to her dorm because it was raining.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, he smashed when he did it, and we're all friends now. She friend zoned him.
Right.
It's just funny.
That's what I'm saying. That happens all the time. So that's why I be telling dudes, don't fall for the hype, and dudes because dudes just be online listening to guys who don't have experience with women in general, so they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're like, oh, it's all about this, because in their mind they try to rationalize, they're trying to rationalize why they're not getting women. So they think, well, it must be because I'm ugly. And so what they'll do is, because of that, they start looking at guys who they think are more attractive than them with women, and they're like, oh, see, it's because he's more attractive. And then that becomes their narrative for everything. You understand what I'm saying? Right. They say in the chat room that she might have been lying. That's what they're saying, that she might have been lying about.
She's not lying. I know she's not, because there was another friend that we had, and he's a football player and stuff, and she ended up messing with him, but he's like, but that's over now, because that he just, you know what I mean, like. Right. It's just, yeah.
No, and the thing is, chicks will do that though, where they'll be in situations where they will deal with a guy and it seems like shit is going down, but it might not be going down. You understand what I'm saying? Right. This is why I always laugh when dudes, they get so caught up on like watching fucking pickup artists infields, or they're like, I want to see some receipts and all this other shit. I'm like, you don't know if this nigga fucked this girl. You have no idea. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on.
And it's funny because the girls he did end up messing with were all drunk. So I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, you swear you were pimping all this, but they got to be drunk in order for you. And he doesn't drink at all. So I'm thinking, like, okay, bro. Like, it's just funny because I'm not even going to lie with you, bro. I used to be kind of jealous. And then I really sat down. I was like, why am I jealous of other niggas if I'm not putting in the work or if I'm not focusing on myself like I should?
Right.
And that's why I want to ask you, like, what's the best way to focus on yourself but not get distracted by, like, these females? Because sometimes I see myself getting distracted and, like, doing things I know I shouldn't be, like, giving into them with them. Especially when it comes to, like, shit test and different things like that. Right. So what was the best advice you would have for that?
Right. So the thing is, what it is that you want to focus on the shit you're doing in your everyday life, and make sure that the women that you're dealing with, right, fit into that. So if they don't fit into that, then you kick them to the curb immediately. You don't really waste time on them. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say if you got 3 or 4 things to do on your list this week, and you're like, all right, cool, I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done, and you're like, okay, I got a fucking some time on Thursday evening from 6 to 9, so I could fit some chick in. So you hit up this chick and be like, listen, I'm good for 6 o'clock on Thursday, right? And if she's like, oh, I'm not sure, blah blah blah, you be like, all right, well, listen, I just holler back at me whenever. I got some other shit to do. Then you talk to another girl and be like, listen, I got some shit from 6 to 9. So she says, cool, let's do 6 to 9. So then Thursday comes and she flakes on you. Then you just never call that chick ever again, because she basically wasted your time. She's done. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Like, so you gotta be good. So focused on what you're doing and so cutthroat about how you're interacting with the chicks. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, this is the last question I have. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I watch your videos, bro, and it's just, you're good. Like, people just don't want to. A lot of it is, too, is people don't want to put in the work.
Of course.
And I got to, like, be accountable for myself and start putting in more work, which I'm going to do. But, like, it's just, that's what it is. People would rather sit down and complain about looks, money, and status and blah, blah, blah. Right. To be honest with you, when I first heard about that stuff, I was kind of that way until I met my black incel friend, and I was like, okay, that is not me, bro. I'm not going to be like that. I know there's a better way.
Right.
Give me, like, I know there's a better way than just sitting down and complaining. But see, this situation happened to me like a few weeks ago, and there was this girl, and I'm not even gonna give you the full story, but basically, like, we were on the phone or whatever, and she was all cool, like, and she wanted to do something, and like I was spitting game, because you guys, you know how you say in the moment you say certain things, and I was saying certain things, and I was surprised. I was like, dang, like, I can't believe I said this, blah blah blah.
Right.
And then the next day hits, and then all of a sudden, she's not like that. And I'm just like, why? Like, bro, what did I do? But then I just, cut her off. So how do you know when a girl is, like, Well, you know what? I don't even gotta. You said it before. They're just flaky. I just gotta remember that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I
Look,
ain't,
all the things that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like all of those things are to be expected. You understand? Girls being
yeah,
flaky,
flaky.
girls being fickle, girls being wishy washy. But as soon as you see that they're doing that, then cut them off. See, the time when you don't need to cut a chick off if she flakes is once she's been fucking with you for a while. So if you've been fucking with a girl for 6 months and she been on point, and then one day she kind of was like, "Oh man, I got caught up. I'm sorry." You don't gotta charge her. You just be like, "All right, cool. Well, listen, don't let it happen again. Just let me know next time," and then you still rock with her because she's been consistent for like 6 months. But if it's a girl you just started fucking with, or a girl you about to go on a first date with or whatever, and she flake, no, she's done. It's over. It's finished. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, yeah, I
right.
got you. I appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, my brother.
Yeah.
I'm holla.
All right.
Peace. All right. So who's in the chat room? This Viper AMV trying to call up. And I have some other people. Hold on. 1 second. Let me shout out the extra. I got my dude Apollo who just sent the $5 donation. Appreciate you, bro. And my dude Gregory just sent the $5 donation. Appreciate you, fam. And if you guys want to call in, put your area code in the joint so I know it's you so I can pick up. You feel what I'm saying? But in the meantime, let me get some of these joints. Alright, yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
Hello?
What's going on?
It's Viper.
What's going on?
I'm calling from Singapore. I watched your video. I don't like what you talk about. Yeah, it's not right. You say quarter pork.
Wait, hold on. Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watched your video, but it not good. The comment statement disagree with me. But I say that your online dating is correct. I don't agree with what you're saying. It's not good. Okay. It's not right. I know you're dating coach, but you give out misinformation. Okay, it's not. I don't agree with this information. You're not alright. You can laugh at me all you want. You can laugh at my voice. Okay.
No. So what are you talking? Hold on. Wait. What are you saying? Hold on. I'm trying to hear what you're saying. So you said that what I said was wrong about what? Which part?
Alright. So you say in this video. Okay, you say cold approach is the most effective way to get to women. But I'm saying, okay, it is not one in Western country in high quality female because you need money, you need status, you need all these different things. So when you
hold on. So you're saying what you're saying is you need money and status to get girls. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you need all these different things because the climate we live in today, where it's the digital age. So you don't need counterparts no more. You can't do that no more. You just use online, Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge, all these different apps, and you can get results. But you can't get results counterparty. And you can laugh at my voice all you want.
I'm actually laughing more about what you're saying because. This is always funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Because, dude, there's a video online right now of a homeless dude who was sleeping over these women's houses and fucking them. That's what he was doing for like weeks and shit. So how is this guy able to fuck a bunch of girls? He got no money, he ain't got no status. How is he doing that?
I don't know what video is this.
There's a video. You can go on YouTube and put homeless guy picks up women on the street or homeless guy gets girls. They did a whole fucking story on this shit. That's what I'm saying. The dude is homeless and he's able to fuck chicks. So this is what I'm saying. Like there's guys out there who ain't got no job, none of that. And he's fucking, they fucking a bunch of girls. That's what I'm saying. So how is that possible?
So that's what you touch. You touch the pepper in your chat to do that. That's what you touch.
Say that again.
So you touch the pepper in your chat. The chat. The comments in the chat. You touch them to do that. Is that what you touch?
You said, am I teaching them to do what?
Are you touching them to? Because you said that guy on the YouTube. He sleeps a homeless guy, sleep with different women.
Mm-hmm.
So you're teaching a guy on your YouTube channel to replicate that.
No. I'm teaching guys how to replicate being sexually attractive. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that even though the guy was homeless, he was sexually attractive to the women, which is why the women wanted his penis in their vagina. It's that simple. You understand? That's what makes you sexually attractive is something that makes a woman want you to put her penis in her vagina. I'm just breaking it down real simple. You understand what I'm saying? So
you know Locario, yeah. You can hear me, yes. Sorry, I was just doing something. You know, in your chat, yeah. In your chat, I told you clearly. I got towards a signal in real life, and I told you I'm from Singapore. Okay, I'm Asian.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I get chosen signal in real life.
Okay.
So if I can get chosen signal, and you are a black guy, okay, you're a black boy, and people in your chat are black or different races or in the Western society. So if they get if I can get chosen signal,
mm-hmm.
that means anyone can get chosen signal.
Okay, so wait, so how many girls give you choosing signals a day?
About 5 chosen signals a day.
So you get 5 girls giving you choosing signals a day.
Yeah, about 5 girls a chosen signal. Yeah.
Okay, so you never approach women. You just get girls sending you choosing signals all day. That's what happens with you.
I just use online data and get chosen signal. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, bro, if it's working for you, more power to you, my brother. All right. So I got to get a few more of these calls. I'm going to holler at you, fam. All right. All right. That's my dude from Singapore. Jesus. Ah, man. I swear. The internet has made it easy for dudes to live in fantasy world. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, Carter, what up, man? What up, man? It's Jay, man.
What's going on, bro?
Chillin', man. Oh, my question to ask you, me and my boy had a discussion, too, because something happened. Now, I remember before, you used to talk about, too, like, about marriage and stuff like that, and dating, how, when you said that, like, when you first meet a woman, you should stuff for, like, a month, about 12 months before she becomes your girlfriend, right?
Right.
You said marriage. You talking about marriage should at least take 5 years with that woman after you've been dating for 5 years, or then if she have been compatible or she's not compatible, she deserves the right to be married to you. Stuff like that. Then you marry her. Stuff like that. Right? About the 5 years.
Right.
Like that. Okay. Now. But my thing is that, though, what if a guy did all that, right? And then you said that that within that 5 year span, you would tell if that type of woman you want to deal with. She has certain things you could pass, I still want to deal with, or you don't. But what if after that 5 years, okay, it goes to 3 years of the marriage, and then y'all married already. It's 3 years I've been married, and then she still. Cause I was telling my boy that, like what you said, so I was my boy that. So I feel like. Because one of her friends is getting divorced, and I was telling that too because too maybe our boy, I guess certain things she was doing from the beginning, and he probably was letting him go by, and then as they got married and stuff like that, and then she called it off, and then he probably was like a beta male type. She saw him as a beta male,
right?
And then, but he was saying that that's not true because a person could change. I said, and he doesn't look for in a sense. Could that be true though?
Was that a person could change?
Yeah, like the chick could change.
Everyone can change, but you got to understand something. If you're planning on having a girl as your wife, you understand what I'm saying? Let's say, for example, you want to get married to a chick, right? That means you should at least be with her for, let's say, 6 years, because that's going to be a year of you vetting her to become your girl, and then another 5 years of her being your girl before you even think about making her your wife. So within those 6 years, what you're doing is that you are training this woman and influencing this woman to be the type of woman who she needs to be to deal with you. You understand what I'm saying? So now, if you can't do that within 6 years, then that ain't the right chick. And to the point where, because this is the thing, people change, but you still have your your ideologies on certain things. There's certain things that aren't necessarily going to change as far as the base of what you feel and what you think about a lot of different things. Now, there are times where that could happen if you went through something crazy in your life or whatever. But the thing is that if you've been training a chick, if you've been fucking influencing her for that long, right? And she hasn't really acquiesced to what it means to be with you, then that's the chick you shouldn't even be fucking with in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. Your girl, at a certain point, really is supposed to be like a reflection of you. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like if you had a girl that you've been with for like 6 or 7 years, and let's say I have a conversation with your girl, it should almost sound like I'm talking to you to a certain extent. You understand what I'm saying? It should almost sound like I'm talking to the same type of person that you are, because you've influenced her that much. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying, where if she's changing or she's fucking flipping the script and doing all that other shit, that means that you haven't vetted her to the point where she's showing you how she's gonna be, because 6 years is a long ass fucking time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was telling him that too. I think he didn't want to admit that too. Mm-hmm. And I think that too, there was things that she was doing and he probably was letting it go by. Mm-hmm. After 6 years, I don't think that all of a sudden, okay, because he kept saying that, yeah, but people change. He kept saying, you're not. And he's married and I'm not. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I understand. But after 6 years,
how long he been with his wife though?
I think been with his wife for about 4 years.
Okay, so they've been married for 4 years, or they've been together 4 years total?
No, married for 4 years. I think they were dating for like 6 years.
Okay, so what are you talking about? So he's been with his woman for a long time. What are you talking about then?
Yeah, I'm not saying, but she ended up changing though. And I was saying that, but I think it's ironic how is that all of a sudden she just out the blue just changed. I think that too. There were certain things she was doing down the line. Mm. I was giving him an example. I think she was doing things down the line. He wasn't checking her on that.
Right. That's what probably what happened too. That's what probably what, because the thing is, see, this is the funny part. People will say that people changed, but they didn't really change. They just were always like that. You just probably fucking ignored it or let it slide, or just sort of like let it slide even though you saw it. And that could be the thing too, where they think they changed, but they've always been that way. You understand what I'm saying? They've always had that sort of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been with chicks like that, where I've been with chicks for, my ex, I've been with her for a minute. And then when I think back on things that I saw later on, I was like, wait a second, she was always like that. But I just fucking ignored it. I wasn't aware of it. I didn't see it. You see what I'm saying? Or I just let some shit slide or whatever. You see what I mean? So that also could happen too.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, Locario. Yeah, that makes sense. I got a question too. But as far as that too, because you're talking about too, like when you first meet a woman, you should be coupled with her. But I'm saying that though, do you think shouldn't be certain times you should give the woman, I won't say a pass. I won't say pass. What if you're trying to smash a chick, right? She does a little thing. It's not big. Like for instance, let's just say go out with a chick, right? Whatever you putting with a chick, whatever, so like that, and then you trying to kiss her, stuff like that. She's like, you know what? I don't care. Boom, boom, boom. And then she hits you up. She's like, hey, I want to see you. Can I come over? Should you still ignore that, even though she did not do what you wanted to do in the first time? But even though like the second time, like whatever, like 3 days later, she calls you like, hey, what's up? And she like, I want to see you. Like, okay, come over. Let's fuck. And she said, cool. Should you still cut the chick off, or should you still ride with that?
Right.
Like,
well, this is the thing. You got to get yourself to the point where, because I see what you're saying. You're saying, okay, if I'm on a date with a chick and you trying to kiss her and she's acting on funny style, and then you sort of leave it alone, but then she hits you up the next week and she want to like come through and make something happen. Like you're saying, should you still fuck with her?
Yeah, so you're still trying to make that happen, even though she did not follow your lead the first time.
Right. So in general, I would say don't fuck with her, because you want to get to the point where you don't fuck with that. Period. You understand what I'm saying? But what happens is that sometimes you may be in a situation where you're like, well, shit, I still want to hit it, so I'll tell her to come through and I'll smash and then just keep it moving. But see, when you do that though, what happens is that you're sort of you're backsliding. You understand? It's almost like, let's say if you was on a strict diet, and then you say, all right, well, I'll just take a little spoon of ice cream. You understand what I'm saying? You're fucking the shit up. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You don't want to do that, because it's not really about her. It's about you being. It's about your integrity. You understand what I'm saying? It's about you cultivating yourself as a man who don't take that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So if she's on some bullshit, she fucked it up for herself. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to look at it as she's losing out. I'm not losing out. She's losing out. I could replace her tomorrow with somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the energy you want, because the fact that you're even going back to her is also showing that you don't have the thing you want. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's the fact that you're even going back to her is an indication that you don't have the things that you want in the situation. So if you had the things that you want in the situation, which is the abundance, meaning there's other chicks I could fuck with, there's other girls I could talk to, there's other girls I could make this shit happen with, why would I even go back to this when she's acting stupid and acting funny? You see what I'm saying? So
from now on too, you're saying that too, going forward, that too, like I said, I ain't gonna follow Locario. I was doing that too, and I think that's what I was my beta male side too, because like I said, I didn't have abundance. Like for instance too, I think my problem too, I be smashing like 2 chicks a month or like that. It's not like I'm not like a high level where I'm smashing chicks on a regular basis. So because of that too, I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, I only had 1 chick this month. I mean, she is kind of cute. Fuck it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
But going forward, that you need to be okay. If a chick gonna fuck with me, whatever it is too. Like even if I actually hold my hand and kiss her, she tries to just go by what I'm doing, and then if she called me, then I could give her the privilege to come over my place. You're saying?
Yeah. She gotta be doing what the fuck you telling her to do first. You feel what I'm saying? Before you take anything any further with her. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Locario, when you talk about something like 50-50, I don't understand when you say it's not 50-50. But to me, I always felt like, what I mean by 50-50, right? Because you said that first and too, because I'm looking at 50-50, for instance, as it's man and woman. I'm not saying we're equal, but we both have a contribution in a relationship. In a relationship, if you go out, right, you tell a chick, okay, I pay for the first drink, and you get the second. But would you consider that being 50-50 though?
Say it again?
Or something like that? No, because you were saying that too. When you're dating a woman, it's never 50-50.
Right.
But after you gave examples, like I said, I agree with everything you said, but there's sometimes I think this thing I'm kind of blurry about it. But what if you go out with a chick, right? And then you tell the chick, you know what, I paid for the first drink, and you paid for the second drink. Would that be considered 50-50?
No, it's still
nothing.
No. It's see, when I say it's not 50-50, what it is that it's not 50-50 in its entirety with the whole paradigm of dating and relationships. So what I'm saying is that, for example, if you go out, if we said, hey, we're gonna do a contest, I'm gonna have this girl and I'm gonna have you go to a bar. Let's see who could get somebody to have sex with them quicker. Is that gonna be a 50-50 type of situation? No, she's gonna always get more niggas to want to fuck her than you're gonna get chicks to want to fuck you in that quick of a time. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the experience already is not going to be 50-50. It's never on a playing field. Just like when it comes to interacting with chicks. How many chicks go and approach guys and holler at them in the street? Right? They don't. We got to do that shit. It ain't 50-50. You see what I'm saying? When you impregnate a chick, right? She got to carry the fucking baby for 9 months. That ain't 50-50. We don't got to carry shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's never 50-50. It's always... In a situation, there's always going to be somebody that is either doing more or making more. Even with sex ain't 50-50 a lot of times. A lot of times, you doing most of the work when you fucking. You understand what I'm saying? The chick is usually doing most of the work when she on top. So how is it 50-50? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not 50-50.
No, I feel like bills. I feel today's society, like, most chicks don't want to pay no bills. You know, you can tell the chick, right? Like, I pay the mortgage and you pay the light bills. Some chicks feel like, and I was telling a girl that she was like, oh, I don't think that. I think the man should be paying for everything. I'm like, what the fuck you be doing?
No. And this is the thing. You could do it where, okay, if you married to a chick or this is your girl and y'all living together and all that other shit, y'all could, if y'all want, fucking say, okay, cool. we going to split this down 50-50 as far as the money goes, but that still does not take away the fact that it's still not a 50-50 relationship, meaning that you're still a man and she's still a woman. So what happens is that when she fucking cries and she's upset and she's emotional, right? You got to fucking be there to manage that shit. When you get upset and you get emotional, you can't fucking get her to console you like how you console her. It ain't going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? She's not going, like, you're going to be like, poor baby, I got you, don't worry, we good, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be that rock for her. She can't be that rock for you. That's not 50-50. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's never 50-50. You understand what I'm saying? It'll never be that way. You see what I mean? Because the fact that you're a man and the fact that she's a woman already, because look, we're equal in the sense that we're human beings and all that other shit, but that's where it stops. It's still going to be that unequalness because the dynamic between a man and a woman is as a man, I lead because the way that my mindset works is that I do shit even though I may not want to do shit. A woman's mindset is I only do shit when I want to do shit. You understand what I'm saying? I only do shit when I feel like it. That's what I'm saying. That's not 50-50. You see what I mean?
But Locario, but at first the look good subjective. I gotta disagree with that. I gotta disagree with you with that one.
What?
Because the looks are, now you were talking about how looks is subjective. Now Locario, I agree to disagree. But you gotta say that there's some women out there, they're bad. They know for a fact, Locario, like they know the type of men that they want. So like you were saying that too, how looks can be subjective, how a woman could see herself could be a 10, she see herself as a 6. I mean, those are those women who are probably, like in life, probably who are abused or something like that. A woman who's a 10, who has a good job, like she know damn well a career, like a fat boy, like she not into fat boys, and she's like physically attractive. It's gonna be hard for a fat boy to bag something like that.
Why would it be hard?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm not overweight. 10 years ago, when I was in great shape, when I was like 185, I was going 70 miles a day. I was benching 315. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, when I had, I won't say I was more confident. I know some guys inside were like, yo, you lying. Nah, because like I said, when you're in great shape, I mean, you know that. I mean, like, there's certain women that's going to attract you. Like, they're going to give you more signals. So by being physically attractive, you're going to get more signals. It is going to give you that confidence. Like a dude who's fat and sloppy.
No, but this is the part you're not understanding, right? What you don't understand is that you said, okay, if I'm getting these signals from these girls, you're feeling more confident, right? Right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, but the man himself too, he's physically attractive too.
Right. That's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to explain to you. You just said that the guy or the girl or whatever, whoever, it feels confident, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. They feel that way. So what I'm saying is that a person could literally be telling another person, hey, listen, you're the fucking greatest thing ever to live. You're the best. You're the sexiest person ever. You're the smartest person ever. You're so awesome. You're so cool. You're so excellent. You're the best ever. Now, if that person does not feel that way within themselves, it doesn't matter what nobody's saying. Do you understand that? So, for example, let's say I own like a fucking NBA team, right? And there's a nigga who's 6'8" and he could play ball real good. And I say, bro, listen, I want to sign you to this, to play for the Nets or play for the Bulls or whoever and all this other shit. And the nigga's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'm that good. I'm not really, I don't know if I'm like, bro, you tall, you 6'8", your ball handle is dope. You fucking shoot real good. I'm like, come on, man, like join this shit. He's like, man, I don't know. And then he doesn't join the NBA, and I find him playing at the park down the street every Saturday, and with the hood niggas. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling this motherfucker, yo, you're that dude, but in his mind, he don't feel it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it always comes back to the person. So a person could keep telling you, oh, you're the shit, and you could start feeling it, but that started with you feeling it because of what the fuck they were saying. But it's still, at the end of the day, it starts from the person feeling it themselves. They have to feel it. So whether you felt it because people were telling you you look good and you was the shit, the same people could say the same shit to somebody else and they won't feel it. So that's what I'm saying, that this is why I said they're on a different frequency. So what I'm saying is that same basketball player, that I'm talking about, he's on a different frequency than fucking LeBron James. You understand? But he has the same skill, the same height, the same look, and the same power as LeBron James. But he don't see it himself, which is why he's not in the NBA and he's on the court down the block. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So this is why you could get a chick who looks like she's fucking super hot, but in her mind, she don't feel like she is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. But no, yeah, you're right. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying. I mean, most chicks that I met, that I know who's bad, like they know they're bad, like shit, like they've been told that their whole life. So if they're looking for a guy like mostly, I mean, they're gonna go with a guy that's attractive, just like them. I'm not saying that. I mean, like a chubby dude can't bag them. Like I said, most thick. I hardly see a chick.
No, there are some girls. There are some girls who look good, who are confident, and who think they look good. But what I'm saying is that there are some girls who look good, who are not confident, who don't think they look as good as they act that they look. You feel what I'm saying? Or you think they look. That's what I'm saying. And so what I'm saying is, there's actually more women, more often than not, who are the latter. You feel what I'm saying? Who don't think they're the shit. This is what I'm saying, and this is why you'll see a guy who looks average or quote-unquote looks like a loser, or even a guy who is a loser with a chick who looks hot because she is also a loser. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So I know a dude like that. I ain't gonna front. Dude got no job. He live with his mom. I'm like, how the fuck are you banging? I'm like, they should be banging back. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. So it's always that type of shit that'll go down. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, bro. I gotta get a few more of these calls, my brother. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
Definitely.
All right, bro. Peace. All right, I gotta get the calls from the people that sent donations. I know AT said he called, and Toddy said he sent the donation. Hello, is this AT? Yo, what's poppin'?
Yes, Mr. Locario. It's Michael from London. How you doing?
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, just a good topic again on the looks being subjective. I cannot stress because basically you described my life basically last year. I used to coast and just wait for women to pick me. And yes, I did get a lot of play, but at the same time, I got a lot of time wasting. And it's just not worth it. So you might think a good-looking guy has it easy, but it's even harder because he's most likely getting his time wasted. So, like for example, when I get call me and but how can I explain it? They like to have a good-looking guy on their team to give him attention, but they don't want to actually give the guy play, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. So I always say to guys, do you want to fuck or do you want to look pretty?
Exactly that, bro. That's the same shit I've been telling motherfuckers. I'm like, dudes just, it's like they just want to look good and have people gawk at them for ego reasons. And I'm like, nigga, you trying to get sex or you trying to, you know what I'm saying, be a model or some shit? I don't know what these dudes trying to do.
Yeah, girls tell me I'm pretty every day, or good looking every day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Whereas having sex actually makes me happy, for example. So, wanting to be good looking is it's nothing. Aim to have good game. This is coming from me.
Right.
Don't aim to be good looking. Aim to have game. You'll get more results this way. Because when I was waiting around for women, I would get one woman a month.
Okay.
And this is from 50 approaches. 50 women approach me on average, for example, but I would only sleep with one of them.
Wow. See, that's what happens. It's the numbers game. That's what I'll be telling. That's what I'll be telling cats. It's the numbers game. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then I switched up. I started approaching, and then my results skyrocketed completely. Now it's just my phone's filled. So I'm never ever waiting for women ever again. I'm just gonna go get it.
That's how you got to do it, bro. That's always good to hear, man. Appreciate the call, my brother. You feel me? I gotta get a few more of these. Okay, yeah, go ahead, real quick. So I had a few more.
Yeah, real quick. Okay, one of these girls, she flaked and she's now back. Do I take her? Yes or no?
She flaked when she flaked when did you smash? Were y'all fucking with each other? Or is this the first time?
First time. She told me to message her. I messaged her. She didn't message back till really late, so I withdrew the date. And now she's messaged again asking if I'm free. Well, it's quarantine, but after quarantine, and I don't know if it's respond or not.
So you said that you hit her up And then y'all was supposed to like what, meet up or something? Like what y'all supposed to do?
Yeah, and she didn't reply till very late, so I withdrew my offer. And then she's popped up again asking how I am, but I don't know whether to reply.
Well, the thing is, y'all didn't necessarily set a specific time, so you could still, see what's popping with her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say, you could, holler at her again, but set a time for y'all to actually do something if you're gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? Or a time to, like, it would be one thing. Let's say if you said, hey, we gonna FaceTime at this time, and she didn't show up or she didn't return the call, then you charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. But if you didn't set a specific time, then it ain't really nothing that happened. You see what I'm saying? Okay,
and then second question, real quick. Basically, it's quarantine times. This girl basically just sends me nudes every week. Like, I don't know whether to rush the process and just tell her to come round or just wait till quarantine's over.
Wait, say it again?
So this girl sends me news every week, but I don't know whether to wait until lockdown is over or to tell her to come round now, like speed up the process.
Well, the thing is, you can see what could go down, but most likely they ain't gonna come around anyway because they all scared and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like you could try, but you know what I mean. Most of them probably won't come through anyway. But if he does, then hey, it is what it is.
Okay. Okay. Once again, thanks, Mr. Locario. I sent you $2, but I'm gonna send you the extra. Like, I sent $2 as a deposit.
All right, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate the donation, man. I'm holla, bro.
Okay, bye.
All right, peace. All right, I'm waiting for AT or Joe Blast to call up. I'm waiting for AT or Joe Blast. Make sure y'all put your numbers in the. Okay, I think this is AT right here. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Carr? This is AT from the chat.
What's going on, bro?
All right, man. Yeah, I just wanted to comment first, and I have a question, but comment what you're saying about the looks thing, like you said, with women, because I know girls personally who, experience maybe growing up with their mothers or cousins or whatnot who constantly put them down. Now, they're attractive as hell, but because they were put down at a young age growing up, they don't think they're attractive. So
right.
These guys, 9 to 10s, they know they got it going on. Some of them really don't because they're psychologically messed up.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, dudes. See, I think what happens is most guys, they equate because they see good women they think look good, and they automatically think, oh man, this woman is confident because it's the halo effect. It's like, oh, she must be this, she's this and that, and so they get nervous around the girl, and then they don't get the girl because they're not really being confident around her. They're not in that energy where they're looking sexually appealing to those women, and then it's hard for them to get them. But it's like you have women out there who you would think is like a dime or all this other shit, but she don't see herself that way. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why you'll get the chicks who fucking they'll date like the losers of the world and and dudes who are on some bullshit, and you're like, damn, what the fuck? Like, why is she with him? It's because she's on that same wavelength. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And my question is, what do you think is the mentality like with guys, some of these guys in the chat that constantly come in here and tell you, oh, you're lying, you don't know what you're talking about, but yet they haven't dealt with as many women as you have, probably have as many women as I have, and I haven't even have half the number as you. What's their mentality, you think, for calling you up and want to give you shit about it? It's like trying to tell Bill Belichick how to coach.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's just funny to me because, again, most of these guys, look, understand, I'm 38 years old. I lost my virginity at 16. I've probably slept with well over, 200 women at this point. I stopped counting after 100. You feel what I'm saying? It could have been probably 250, but I fucking declined some sex from some chicks because they was on some stupid shit, right? I've done threesomes, fucking orgies, group sex, one night stands, all this other crazy shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I've been coaching for fucking over 10 years. But a dude on the internet who has no screen, picture named Excalibur1279 is like, Locario, you don't know what you're talking about because this and that. I'm like, what? Like, this shit is hilarious. It's hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, they think they know what they know from watching a lot of YouTube videos from other guys who don't know what they know. You don't know shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so they come up with these theories and all this other stuff, but they've never really been in the actual situation in the trenches to see what's popping off in these streets when it comes to dealing with women. You see what I'm saying? So this is why it sounds foreign to me when I say, listen, looks ain't really the end all be all, or looks don't matter, because they're like, no, but you gotta be a Chad or a Tyrone, you gotta be 6'5", because that's what the women want, and that's because they've been living on the internet, and it's so hilarious. I'm like, yo, like these dudes really live on the internet. It's insane. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, they've never really dealt with women consistently in a real life situation, so they don't know how women react and respond to certain things in a real life situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because I knew, at least I'll say my younger days, like late teens, early 20s, you know, I kind of had some of that mindset, oh, they only go for athletes or ballers or, you know, drug dealers and whatnot. But then once I started experiencing more and more women and seeing, they ain't all going after the same type of dude. It's very different dudes. I got friends that look better than me. Some girls went for me, not them, vice versa. So I've seen it firsthand, getting out there dealing, dating, online, offline. It's just hard, you know, if you get in the game and do it, you realize what's going on.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, dudes is funny because they just look at what they see on these videos, and so what they'll do is that they'll make logical or they'll try to put things together. And the thing is, like I said to the other caller earlier, I said some of the stuff that they're saying is true. So, of course, it rings true because it's not all the way false. But then they go overboard. So they'll be like, yeah, if you're a guy who's has a six-pack and you're tall and good-looking, women are going to want you. I'm like, okay, duh. Yeah, there's going to be women who are going to want you because that you look good. You know what I'm saying? But there's also the other end of the spectrum that they don't talk about. They never talk about how women might not want you because you look good. Because they may be intimidated by you. Or because they think you got a whole bunch of chicks and they think they can't measure up or fuck with you on that level. You feel what I'm saying? Or you may not even be necessarily their type, even though you look good. It's so many ways you could go at this shit. Or a chick may not fuck with you just based off of her own situation or her own mentality at the time that has absolutely nothing to do with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many other ways that dudes don't understand. And it's like, they think because men are thinking from their perspective, it's like, oh, well, if I saw a hot girl, I'd want to fuck her and I want to be with her. So that must be true that if a woman saw a hot guy, that it's automatically going to be she wants to fuck with him and she wants to be with him. It doesn't work all the time that way because women are so like, and guys already should know this. Like, all of the times dudes get flaked on, all the times chicks been wishy-washy with motherfuckers, all the times chicks are just emotional for no reason, or they're emotional for other female-driven reasons that we don't know about. And I'm like, you think that it's just as simple as you being a good-looking dude and that's the end-all be-all? That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It's so crazy.
Yeah, because at one point in my life in college and after that, I was almost 400 pounds.
Wow.
Now I've gotten down to 250 pounds. I've gotten more rejection now than when I was heavier. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I thought instantly, oh, I lost all this weight. I'm looking way better. I'm going to have way more times with women. It's just been the opposite. And just like you said, I've had some women tell me, oh, you probably deal with a lot of girls. You might be too much for me. You're probably a player. Or one I couldn't believe it, said, you're too cute for me. And she was attractive as hell.
That's what I'm saying. I've heard all those things, man. I'm telling. This is what I'm saying. See, the thing is, notice how us two, because we've been out there in real life, you know what I'm saying? It resonates. We're on the same wavelength. This is what I'm trying to tell people. It's like certain dudes are not on that same frequency. They're not on that same thing, so they don't understand. They think that, oh, you know, they're looking at all the black pill videos and they're like, oh, it's just about this. And I'm like, y'all have no idea what it's like to actually be with women. It's funny kind of and sad almost. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then one last quick question. I know I called up and I told you, I guess even during this coronavirus thing, I had met more women in this short time frame and hooked up with them than ever before. Now, it turns out a lot of these women were coming either off a divorce, in the middle of divorce, and once we hooked up once or twice, all of a sudden they're hitting me up like, oh, you know, I know you don't want anything serious, you just want casual, and at first they're with it, but now they're saying like, I don't think I can do that, or I've met somebody or I might be going back. So what do you think that's about? It's like I keep getting that repeating cycle where it's like they want to hook up, they're cool, they know I don't want casualty to go in with it, but then all of a sudden they're just like, I don't think I can handle this, or I think I want long term. What do you think that's about?
Well, see, and that's another thing dudes don't even understand. See, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys who wish you were the super sexually attractive, sexy flexy nigga, right? What happens is this. You become the male version of a slut. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, understand. What happens is this. When you're the type of guy, because trust me, I've been through that same shit. Women, when a woman, let's say for example, you hooking up with a girl, right? And you might even like her. You'd be like, damn, I actually like this girl. I want to keep fucking with her, keep seeing her. Let's make something happen. She's not taking you seriously. So what's going to happen is that's what's going to happen where she hits you up like, hey, it was kind of fun, but I want something a little more serious, or she'll get back with her ex, or she'll fuck with another dude seriously because she will never take you seriously, right? Because she sees you as a player. She sees you as that's the drawback of being that sexual alpha, is that she'll fuck you, but she won't take you serious. And so what happens is it gets worse also, because what happens is that sometimes these women, they treat you with no sort of consideration. So what I mean is this. You'll have a chick who you thought you was cool with. Like, let's say it could be a chick you've been fucking, for a few months or whatever. Y'all on some fuck buddy shit. Now, because she just sees you as a fuck buddy, she will, let's say for example, you hit her up, you say, hey, come through. She comes through. And then you hit her up next week. And then you go to her place or whatever, and y'all have that little rapport. Y'all hit each other up, right? What's going to happen is you're going to hit her up one day, and she's not going to return your text or call, right? And then you're going to be like, what the fuck? So you might hit her up again maybe the week after, like, yo, what's good? And then she won't hit you up at all. And then she'll randomly hit you up at fucking midnight talking about, hey, you want to come over, right? And then you come over, fuck the shit out of her, and she's going to be like, you're going to be like, yo, what's good? Why you ain't respond to other times? She's going to be like, well, I was kind of busy, whatever. It's not a big deal. And the reason why she's acting that way is because you are just dick in the glass, you don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? You don't matter. So she feels like, I don't need to bother to hit you up or be responsive to you because you're just dick in the glass. You're just for whenever you're a walking dildo. You understand? And this is what happens when you're the type of guy who's a sexual alpha, is that you may be dealing with women you actually like and want to keep fucking with, and they're just looking at you as like basically a piece of meat to be to figuratively speak. You understand what I'm saying? And so because they see you as a piece of meat, they don't really respect you to the point where they take you seriously to actually fucking deal with you in that manner, which is why you'll have the women, they'll fuck you maybe once or twice and be like, I don't know, blah, 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 or they won't return your calls and all that other shit. You see what I'm saying? So the same way where we would treat the quote-unquote slut, they do the same thing to us if we're on that other side of the spectrum. You see what I mean? So this is what, like if let's say if you was like a male stripper or some shit and you had a tight body with the muscles and all that shit and you all sexy and flexy and all that other stuff, yeah, chicks will fuck you. But you meet a chick you like, that chick ain't taking you serious. You see what I'm saying? Because you're a fucking stripper. Just like how you wouldn't take the stripper serious on the other end of the spectrum. And that's what happens. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, right, yeah, because I had a girl, right, that was a fuck buddy for months. Then all of a sudden hitting her up like, hey, you trying to hook up? And she was like, oh, I have to see 18 days. I said, let me know. 18 days later, because she counted. Oh, hey, sorry I didn't respond to your text. You still trying to hook up.
Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Because even shout out to my dude, Alan Roger Curry. Alan Roger Curry talked about this. He said for a long time, he would deal with women. They would want him as a fuck buddy, but they never wanted to be in a relationship with him. You see what I'm saying? Right. And so that's what happens is that you have that energy of, okay, yeah, chicks want to fuck you, but then when it's time, let's say you meet a girl, you like her, you want her to be a girlfriend, or you want to get married, that's going to be tough for you if you're coming at the situations in that manner. So that's is always the the two sides to the coin of every situation that you're in when it comes to these dealing with these women. So the thing is, yes, it's fun and all that when you fucking, but then you start liking a chick and you're like, fuck, she won't take me seriously. And this is why dudes' game have to be on point, because you have to be on point to the point where she's sexually attracted to you, to the point where she wants to have sex with you quick, but also you want to be on point to the point where she can also see you as a guy who would like her for more than just sex. Because she's already thinking she's thinking you don't take her seriously. She's like, yeah, he's just a fuck boy. I'm gonna have sex with him, and maybe I'll hit him up when I'm horny the next time, or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So is that the definition of that's why it's a numbers game?
Right, exactly. That too. And also too, if you're, let's say for example, the next girl you meet, you like, let's say you like her, you're like, damn, I like this chick, right? The thing is, when you like them and you want to keep seeing them, it's almost like you almost have to do more to solidify that you and her can make something happen. So, for example, let's say those girls, let's say you hooked up with one of those girls, you smashed her like twice or whatever, and you're like, damn, I like this chick, I want to keep fucking with her, and she hits you up and she's like, I don't know, because blah, blah, blah. You'd be like, listen, I know we was hooking up and all of that, and the sex is great, but I'm feeling you. Like, I actually like you. You understand? Again, validation, because dudes be like, don't validate the girls. No, you got to let the chick know, hey, listen, I actually like you outside of even the sex. Like, you're a cool chick. I want to see where we could get this shit popping. Now, if you tell her that, in some situations, she'll take you a little bit more seriously for the time being and probably fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to take that extra step to do it. But the thing is, if you don't say it, she's going to assume that you're just another fuckboy. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what happens, where if you don't really say anything, she's just gonna sort of treat you as, some other dude, and it is what it is. So she needs to know that you feel that way in order for her to even consider that being a situation where she could still keep fucking with you like that. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, right. Because, I had a girl that was like that with, and then she was like, oh, I want to move on, feeling you, but I don't think you want anything more.
Exactly,
and then,
see?
And then later she said, I thought you would have said, maybe me saying that text, you would have said you want something more, but I didn't. But you're right. Had I said that, she would have been like, okay, let's see where this goes. But
exactly.
Because I didn't, it didn't go any further.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. If you're the type of guy who's a sexual alpha type of dude, and she sees you as the dick in the glass, and then you want and you like her, you gotta fucking tell her more. You gotta, and then not only tell her, you have to show her with your actions. So you can't just tell the chick, hey, I want to do more shit, I want to fuck with you more, and then you start being, like inconsistent. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be, not only do you gotta be consistent, but you gotta be even more consistent than the average dude. You feel what I'm saying? Because you gotta overcompensate for her already image of you being a fuckboy. You see what I mean? So you gotta be consistent with her for a certain amount of time to where she can believe, like, oh shit, this guy is really like real deal about this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So then is it better to start out as a, fuck buddies first, then work your way up, as opposed to the other way around?
Well, this is the thing. It all depends though, because let's say in general, it's better to do the fuck buddy shit and then work your way up. You understand what I'm saying? Or work your way to the other stuff if you want more shit. Because the thing is that if you do it the other way around, a lot of girls are gonna fucking hold out and hold the pussy for hostage. You feel what I'm saying? And then make you wait for sex. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the weird part about it, is because if you're in that position, she's gonna treat you and see you as a beta. You understand what I'm saying? It's so fucking insane how it works with women. Right. If you step to her on some sexual alpha shit, she'll fuck with you on some sexual shit, but she won't take you seriously as a boyfriend, just in case, like, if you wanted to be on some, like, yo, this could probably be like wifey shit, she ain't gonna take you seriously. But if she steps to you and y'all interact and she sees you as beta male boyfriend provider, then she's never gonna see you as the alpha. So it's always better to start out as the sexual alpha and then work it into a relationship versus starting as the beta male and then getting into the relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's always better that way, right? You see what I mean?
Years and years, where now, you know, the last 4 or 5 years when I've been dating, been direct about this hooking up, more women wanted to actually date me from that, as opposed to when I was younger, trying to do the friends route or the, you know, indirect game. The rejection was heavy that way as far as that. So you're right, working the fuck buddy first and way has been would have been way more successful than the other way around. I've seen it firsthand. I lived it.
Right. Because again, you got to start. You got to always start. You got to start from sex, because that's gonna be a better balance. Because if you start from, you know, being on some beta male, oh yeah, we can wait and get to know each other. She already from the jump doesn't really have that much sexual attraction for you, which is why she's waiting. Because usually if she has a sexual attraction, it's going to be hard for her to wait. And you understand what I'm saying? So you have to start out as that sexual dude, and then you can teeter off into, okay, well, you know, I'll give you a little bit of that beta energy on some boyfriend shit later on down the line, but you got to start out as that alpha shit. You see what I'm saying? Because it's just, I always use the example of the bully in the school. A school bully can turn into a cool nigga, right? But a pussy can't never really turn into the bully. So meaning that if you start out as a bully, right, a motherfucker's scared of you, right? But then it's like, okay, I'm gonna chill right now. I'm not gonna be a bully, and then people could respect you as not being the bully. Now you're a cool dude. But you can't be a dude who was getting shoved in the lockers all year and then all of a sudden turn around and be a bully. No one's gonna take you seriously as a bully. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing where with the being a sexual alpha. If you don't start out as a sexual alpha dude, your girl can't take you seriously as a sexual alpha later. She's gonna be like, wait a second, when I met you, you waited fucking a month and a half before we fucked. How now all of a sudden you want to act like you super big dick in you know what I'm saying, in the situation? She's gonna look at you like you stupid. But if you start out as super big dick alpha sexy guy, right? Then you can still be that consistently throughout the relationship, but also add in the fucking, you understand what I'm saying? All of the relationshipy type of consistent behavior. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The girl I was going out with, you know, trying to do the nice guy, take her out to dinners, movies, all that stuff, and went to her apartment one time late, didn't try to smash, and doing all that stuff, only to find out I'm dropping her off. Some other dude's coming over and smashing
Exactly,
her
right.
And that was the last time I ever went like that route again. I was like, never again. So I learned that harsh lesson. But you know, I just wanted to call up and talk about that, man. I appreciate the you know, the time and other people trying to call in.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate your call, my brother. All right. I'm holla. Peace. All right. There was somebody else I was supposed to call up. Was it who was it? It was Job, or who was the other guy? Hold on. Before we do that, real quick, I want to get the people who send donations. Hold on. So Job was supposed to call up. I want Job to call up. Hold on. Job, what's your number? I want you to call up. Jesus. All right, let me take somebody real quick. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this? Yo, what's poppin'?
What's good, man?
What's going on?
Chilling. Yo, I mean, like, I listened to you earlier when I hopped on your live stream and shit. YouTube didn't give me the update, which was fucked up, but I'm like, yo, like, choosing signals, it makes it easier. Excuse me.
My neck
is killing me. It makes it a lot easier for... My bad, I smoking some weed.
Now you good.
It makes it a lot easier for guys to approach. Cause like once she gives you that look, it's like, okay, boom. Now I can approach her. Maybe she's feeling me. Maybe she's not. But now I can soothe it in a lot easier to be like, hey, I seen you checking me out. You know what I'm saying? So what's good with that? You know,
right? But what's the point? But what's the point of you? What's the point of you approaching a woman in the first place?
You said what?
I said, what is the end goal? What's the point of you approaching the chick? Like when you approach a girl and holler at her, what's the goal in doing that, in making it happen?
The goal is is sex.
Right. So
But
now, okay, let's stay on that. What I'm saying is that if you're waiting for chicks to give you signals, are you also not decreasing the amount of women that you could potentially have sex with?
no, but I'm good looking. Chicks should be giving me signals. What you mean?
No, what I'm saying is, how many chicks give you choosing signals in a day?
If I go outside, I probably get like 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Okay, so now, let's say you got 2 or 3 chicks who's giving you choosing signals, right?
Right.
Who's to say, so let's say 2 or 3, let's do some math here. Hold on, let's do some math here. We're going to say, let's keep it at 2. Let's say 2 girls times 7 days a week. That's 14. I didn't even have to fucking do the math for that shit, right? Now, you got 14 girls.
You get an A+ in
Right, exactly. So 14 girls a week, right? Throwing you choosing signals, right? Now, let's cut half of those girls. Let's cut it in half because half those chicks is going to be time wasters. So now you down to 7. You understand what I'm saying? Now, out of those 7, let's cut that in half because, or let's say 3 of those girls or 4 of those girls you're not that attracted to. So now you're down to fucking what, 2 or 3? You know what I'm saying? And so now out of those 2 or 3, those girls gonna have to you trying to get sex out of those 2 or 3. Now let's say out of those 2 or 3, they're flaky, they're fickle, they're they're wishy-washy. You have no idea. So what I'm saying is that you need more women in order to get a definite result of sex. So for example, if I was throwing a party, right, and I wanted at least 100 people to be at this party, how many flyers do you think I would need to put out?
You would probably need to put out like 500 maybe.
Okay, so let's say I need to put out 500 to, let's say, 1,000 flyers to get 100 people, right? 100 sure people that want to fuck with this party. It's the same concept with women. If I want 100 people to come at this party, I can't just give out 100 flyers. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you may think, damn, well, I get two or 3 girls sending me choosing signals every day. It's still not enough for you to solidify or get a team of women who's going to actually want to fuck you. That's what I'm trying to say with the choosing signals. That's the flaw dudes don't get. Y'all think because she's choosing, that automatically means sex. It does not. That's what I'm trying to say. And also what dudes don't understand is the actual choosing happens within the conversation you have. So anytime you're waiting for a choosing signal, right, you got it. The chick has to choose you again. Do you understand that? So what I'm saying is, if a chick is checking you out from across the room, as soon as you approach her, she has to choose you all over again.
No. That's where you go wrong. I have to choose her. Okay.
Notice what I'm saying.
No, listen. Once she already chose me. By giving me the eye contact. Now I have to be like, okay, boom. I like this chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm flirting with her. You know what I mean? Everything is going swell.
Right, and wait, stop. You jumping ahead. That's what I'm talking about. You saying she give you the eye contact, then you go over and approach, right? Correct?
Right, Locario. Of course.
Right. So now, hold on. Now that you've approached, she has to choose you again, meaning that she has to see if she like what the fuck you talking about. She got to see if she like the sound of your goddamn voice. She got to see if she's into the vibe that you're giving her. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, waiting for her to give you the signal is wasting time because she has to choose you again. Why don't you cut out the first part and just approach any chick you want? That's what I'm saying.
You can. No, I listen, Locario. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, it makes it a lot easier when she's choosing on you instead of you just going up approaching a random woman. That's what I'm trying to say. No,
but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make it easier because, like I said, is that when you approach her, you still have to talk to her and she still has to see if she likes you. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I'll put it like this. If a girl's looking at you, let's say you have girl A and girl B, right? Okay. Girl A is checking you out and girl B is not checking me out, right? So you go up to girl A and I go up to girl B, and we both go up to them at the same exact time. Me and you are in the same exact position right now, even though that girl looked at you. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're in the same position. That's what I'm trying to say, because as soon as you start talking to a girl, she still has to reassess if she likes you. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is, even though she's checking you out, she still has to see if she likes what she was checking out. It's almost like if I give you a present, right? You say, damn, that's a nice present. I like the way you wrap this present. It looks real pretty, right? Then you have to open the present to see if you like what's inside. You may not like what's inside. That's what I'm saying. So for example, you may have, let's say I give you a present and there's a fucking apple in there, right? You may not like apples. You understand what I'm saying? So when you open it, you're like, I don't like this shit. Or you might like apples, so you might be like, yeah, I like this stuff. But either way, you have to open the present to see if you like it. So what I'm saying is that when the girl gives you the choosing signal, that's like she's getting the present. Now when you approach, she's opening the present. So she starts to see if she likes. So you're saying it makes it easier. I'm saying it doesn't make it easier because she still has to open the present to see if she likes what's inside.
Locario, I'm trying to explain to you how would it not make it easier for her to look at you first instead of you going, hey, miss, instead of you approaching her, it's a random woman. That's what I'm saying. This is what you got to understand. It makes it easier for her to be receptive to your approach. It does not make it easier for you to fuck. Do you understand that? But Locario, is that not what you want? You want her to be receptive to you, right?
No, I want her to fuck me. That's what I want her to have sex.
Locario, again, this is game. This is strategy. We're breaking down certain components now, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, her being receptive, okay, now, boom. Now, I as the man, right? You're the man, right? Mm-hmm. Okay?
Right.
You're able to be like, okay, now, I like this chick. You know what I mean? This shit, everything is going well. After she gave me a choosing signal, and I was able to approach her and feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying, approaching this chick. And say, for instance, it's a chick that I find attractive as well.
Right.
Giving me the choosing signal. I'm definitely on board with it, right? Now she's being receptive. Now I'm able to go into flirtation shit and give her my information and see if she about fucking. And if she's not about fucking, then I'm going to find the next chick that's about that shit.
And my question is, why could you have not done that without her giving you the choosing signal?
You said, why could I have not done that?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, why couldn't you do everything you just said? Why couldn't you do that without having to wait for her to give you a choosing signal?
Because I'm a sexy-ass dude, and chicks should be choosing me. That's why.
No, you're not understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, because you're saying that it's making it easier for you. What I'm saying is, I guess I should ask this: what in the process is easier? Like what makes it? What's the easy part of this? That's what I'm trying to. I want to know what makes it easy.
What makes it easy?
Right. Yes.
The eye contact. I told you.
No. What I'm saying is, you said the goal was sex, correct?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that, because this is what I'm saying. For example, let's say you see the girl, she's giving you eye contact, and you approach her, right? You talk to her, she's smiling, you're having a conversation and shit, and y'all exchange numbers, right? Now, let's say you find out this chick is just an attention whore. You hitting her up, you trying to set a date, she fucking giving you a runaround, being wishy-washy, right? Now, at the same exact time when you was waiting for the same, we was both in the same club, right? The same exact time when you was talking to that girl who gave you the choosing signals, you was talking to her for like 20, 30 minutes, right? I approached 50 women. You understand what I'm saying? And I got fucking 20 numbers. And out of those 20 chicks, 4 of them is like, yo, I want to fuck with you and I want you to come through to the crib. I want to come back to your spot and fuck. Now, you relying on that one girl who gave you the choosing signal, who's an attention whore, which you found out later, and I had 20 girls' numbers, found out 15 of them were attention whores, and I got the 4 who were actually about something. That's what I'm trying to explain to you is the power of cold approaching. Because what happens is that you get to actually have more women to to interact with and play with to see who are the ones who's really about it and who are the ones who's not. Just because a woman is giving you a choosing signal doesn't mean she's really about it. Doesn't mean she's actually going to have sex with you. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm not Locario. But okay then, it goes the same way. If you cold approach the bitch, that doesn't mean she's gonna have sex with you though. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but what I'm saying, but this is what I'm saying. When you cold approach, you're not waiting on anything. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is when you cold approach, you're basically making a decision to approach as many women as you want without having to wait. Because if you're saying I'm waiting for choosing signals for chicks to approach, me and you could go out. What if one night you don't get no choosing signals, and you're not gonna talk to no girls?
No, if I don't get choosing signals, then yeah, I'm gonna have to approach, even though I'm not gonna want to. But since I'm that nigga, I'm a sexy ass dude. I'm gonna get some signals, Locario. That's what I'm saying.
No, but this is what I'm saying. How you look? Describe to me how you look.
Describe to you how I look?
Yeah, describe to me how you look.
I'm 6 foot.
Uh-huh.
I'm brown skinned like a fucking Twix.
Okay.
Twix bar and shit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I got a beard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nice brush cut.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I got a nice toned body.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Very athletic.
Okay. So now let's say me and you go into a spot and it's a bunch of white and Asian girls who don't like black dudes.
Okay. I'm brown. I'm not black.
You just say you mean brown like what? Like Puerto Rican?
Well, no, I'm brown skinned.
Nigga, are you black? What are you talking about here? You African American? What you talking about?
I'm the brown American.
Are you black? When you go to fill out a job application that says black or white or Indian, are you black?
I put other. I swear to God, I put other brown American.
Nigga, what's your parents?
My mom is black, but look.
Nigga, you black, nigga. Fuck you talking about, man? Damn. This is...
No, go ahead though. What you were saying? Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, nigga. What I'm saying is, you talking about you sexy and all this other stuff, but you could be in a place where ain't none of the chicks is checking for you because you're not their type. So you're gonna have to approach. That's what I'm saying. You may be in a situation where you are not the woman's type, so they're not going to be throwing you any choosing signals. That's what I'm saying. Right. So just because you're sexy to a certain amount of women or a certain type of women, that doesn't mean you're going to be sexy to another type of woman. So you may be in a spot, you see a badass chick you want to holler at, you just going to stand there and wait for her to throw you signals before you talk to her?
But no, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I got something for you. So say for instance, right? I as a brown American, I love white chicks. I like snowflakes. I like playing in the snow,
all
right? Okay. But now I love beautiful women as well.
Mm.
Okay. Now then that's the same. If I see if I see a sexy ass, brown and black chick, which I rarely see where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, from my location, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, like damn. You know what I'm saying? I might want to get at that, or she might be choosing me as well. That's what I'm saying. So it really wouldn't matter as far as the Asian or the white chick being like, damn, I don't really fuck with brown guys or black guys, but that guy is sexy as hell. You know what I mean? And she might be looking me down like a fucking piece of meat. And
what I'm talking about is if the situation occurs where we're in a spot, we're at a place, and none of the women are throwing you signals because you are not their type. It don't matter. See, what you got to understand is, a chick could see you and be like, oh yeah, he's cute, but he's not my type, so she's not throwing you any signals. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that you could be in a situation where you're not getting any choosing signals. So what I'm saying is if you're in a situation, you're not getting choosing signals, but you see girls that you want to fuck with, you're going to have to approach without the choosing signals. So what I'm saying is that it makes more sense to approach without having to wait for choosing signals, right? And so that you can skip the fucking middleman. That's all I'm saying. Because you can still get those girls if you approach and talk to them.
No, here's what I'm saying though. I'm not saying that I always wait, Locario. What I'm saying is, it's easy. I'm saying that it's easier for me, right, if I get a choosing signal to approach the chick, rather than me cold approaching. Don't get me wrong, I cold approach as well. Okay, I feel like the choosing signal is the easier strategy to get women too, though.
But it's not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not because I'll tell you why. But one reason why it's not because it's slower. It's a slower strategy. And what?
How is it slower though?
Because look, you just told me you get choosing signals from 2 or 3 chicks a day, right?
Yeah.
I could talk to 100 girls in a day and get 20 of them. That means the waiting for the choosing signals is slower. And what I'm saying is there's no guarantee that those 2 or 3 women that's throwing you choosing signals are ever going to have sex with you. And the thing is, wait, go ahead, say it.
How many women are you talking to a day? I mean, you don't talk to 100 women a day. How many women are you talking to a day?
No, sometimes I'll talk to at least, like, let's say if I was outside and we could go outside and approach and all that other stuff, I'll probably talk to.
You still can.
No, I'm just saying there's hardly nobody outside. What I'm saying is that on a regular day, right, if I'm going to a club, bar, any of those things, and I'm also including online, I could talk to up to 100, 150 girls a day. You understand what I'm saying? Because I live in New York. So it's easier for me to do that. Now, what I'm saying is that even within that, I'll still get maybe, 4, 5, 6 girls here throwing choosing signals, but I'm not sitting there waiting for that because, again, like I said, a chick could choose you because she sees you as a trick, meaning that you think she's checking you out because she want to fuck, but she's checking you out because sees like, oh, this guy look like he fucking pay my rent. So what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. It's a slower process because you're gonna have to waste time dealing with this girl who you thought was choosing you because she wanted to fuck you, only to later find out that she only chose you to fucking pay her rent. This is what I'm saying.
Right, but that's Locario, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. I support that. But what I'm saying is, okay, that's for you to find out. Like, okay, boom, this bitch trying to get money out of me. Now I can't fuck with her. Now I gotta move on.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So let me ask you this. So say you go in to the candy bar store or some other shit, and you see this badass chick with some nice ass leggings and shit on,
right?
And she's choosing you hard as a bitch. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna talk to her.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying.
No. What you're no. What you're saying is you're waiting to do that. That's what you're saying. I'm saying
no, I'm not.
No, that's what you said. You said it's easy. No, you said it's easier to approach the chicks and get with the chicks who are choosing you. What I'm saying is it's not.
Choosing you, right?
That I'm saying it's not. That's what I'm saying.
You just said but no, Locario, you said that she's going to be more receptive, though. You literally said
yeah, she's being more receptive to talking to you. Doesn't mean she's going to be receptive to fucking you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Just because a girl talks to you doesn't mean she's going to fuck you. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that it's a slower process to be chilling outside or doing whatever you do and wait for a girl to choose you before you talk to any girl. That's what I'm saying is a slow process, because whenever you talk to any girl, there's no guaranteed that the girl is going to have sex with you. So since there's no guarantee that the girl's going to have sex with you, that means that you play the numbers game. How do you play the numbers game? You approach more women. You can't play the numbers game efficiently waiting for choosing signals. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. You're going to be wasting a lot of time because you don't know why the woman's choosing you. You don't know if she's going to follow through with sex. You don't know any of these things. And the number of women choosing you is way too small for you to rely on that. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is you can use choosing signals in conjunction with cold approach, which is cool, which is what I'm talking about.
But that's what, Locario, that's what I've been trying to tell you the whole fucking thing. You wasn't trying to get that. I'm saying that the choosing signals, you can go part with that as well too.
No, and that's what I'm saying. You can, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm disagreeing with you with. I'm disagreeing with you saying that it makes it easier. That's what I'm disagreeing with you with. That's what I'm saying.
You know how?
Go ahead.
You listening?
I'm listening.
Because I've gotten a lot of pussy by doing it that way too.
By doing what? By doing what?
You still there?
Yeah, I hear you. What you said? You got a lot of pussy by doing what?
By choosing signals. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so how many chicks you fucked in your life? Roughly.
Damn, dude.
No, I'm asking. We got it. Because you say, oh, I got mad girls. How many chicks you fucked in your life?
A true player never kisses themselves.
Nigga, stop it. See, now you lying. Now you lying.
How you know how many? Now you followed me around and see me fucking chicks and the chicks I didn't fuck with. I'm serious.
No, I'm asking you. Give a rough estimate. I ain't even saying it gotta be exact number. A rough estimate of how many chicks you fucked in your life. That's what I'm saying.
Why do you want to know?
Because you just said you got a lot of chicks that you fucked off of choosing signals. So now if you fucked 3 girls in your life, that's not a lot of women, and that's what I'm trying to say. You see what I mean?
I fucked over like 50 chicks.
And how old are you?
I'm 22.
And when did you lose your virginity?
When I was 16.
Okay, so now you were 16, right? And you lost your virginity and you fucked 50 chicks. And how many of those were choosing signals?
20 of them.
20 of them. Okay, so now basically you just proved your own point. You just proved my point with your example. You got more fucking done with shit that wasn't choosing signals.
No, Locario, I know. You're still able to get a lot of pussy out of choosing signal is what I'm saying, Locario. Now,
what I'm saying is, see, you're not.
Hear me out. I'm saying, okay, you still should code approach, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give you brownie points for that.
Mm-hmm.
Code approaching is the best approach. I totally agree with that. I hands down agree with that shit. But I'm saying again, you can choosing signals. You should still be able to work off that too.
I agree. I'm not saying that if a girl's throwing you choosing signals, not to try to make something happen with it. I'm saying
if I like that chick. If I see her attractive, right?
Right. That's all I'm saying is that it doesn't make it easier. That's all I'm saying. Because dudes be thinking it does, so they try to use that as an excuse to not fucking approach. And that's what I'm trying to tell dudes, is that it does not make it easier at all. In fact, it makes it harder because now you're limiting the access you have to women who could potentially want to get with you. That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this one question though. So would you rather approach chicks your whole life, or have chicks approach you your whole life? If you had the option, which one would you rather take? And be honest with me.
You said, would I rather what?
I'm putting you on the spot.
You said, would I rather what?
Would you rather chicks approach you your whole life, or go out and approach chicks?
Right. Now, that's a good question. If women, let me explain. Let me answer it. If women were consistent, if women actually followed through all the time, if women weren't extremely flaky, if women weren't extremely fickle, if women weren't fucking all over the place, then yes, I would definitely want to wait for the girls to holler at me and approach me. And if women would actually do that in real life, I would definitely want that. But because in reality, women are flaky, women are fickle, women are emotional, women are all over the place, and on top of that, women do not approach you, right? And on top of that, women will use you for other miscellaneous shit like attention, for your money, for all this other stuff. That's why I would rather approach them, because it's a quicker and more efficient way to get women. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going based off of reality. And the reality is, most women aren't going to actually physically come up to you and approach you. So the most they're going to do is throw you signals. Then on top of that, the signals they throw you aren't signals that happen on a consistent basis. Then when they do happen, it's usually from women who most likely would actually be a chick who is going to be an attention whore, a chick who's going to be wishy-washy, a chick who's going to be flaky and fickle, because women's minds change all the time. So even if she was thinking about you in a sexual manner, that does not equate or mean that once it gets to the sexual act, or get to there, that is going to happen. That's what I'm saying. So there's too many variables to be waiting on something where the person that you're trying to deal with is all over the place. That's what I'm saying. Women are too much of a wild card to be waiting on them for anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't wait on chicks for shit.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I don't wait on chicks for nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, and I'm saying, and you shouldn't have to. But I'm saying, is Locario, how many countries have you been to?
Like 4.
Okay then. Now women are different this is America now. Probably you're not going to get that in America, depending on what state you're in. Maybe down south they might be choosing you a lot more or willing to approach you and be more confident. You know what I'm saying? But I'm up east and they're not doing that shit. I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But in different countries, women act different, right?
In different countries, women act different where?
I'm saying women you didn't have no women approach you in different countries.
No, I have women approach me in different situations, in different places, in different countries, and all that other stuff.
Answer my question.
I just answered your question. I said, yeah, I have women approach me in different countries, in different places, but it's only minuscule. It doesn't happen often. Just like it doesn't happen often to most guys. This is what I'm trying to say to you. But I've been in other countries where it's the same dynamic where you still got to approach the women. When I was in Canada, same shit. When I was in Jamaica, same shit. When I was in Brazil, same shit. The only chicks that was really approaching heavy was prostitutes. You feel what I'm saying? But it's still that same dynamic. You understand? The culture may be different where you might have girls who are a little bit more friendly and more open to conversation. Like in Montreal, the chicks were a little bit more friendly and open to conversation. But you still got to approach. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking Nez be calling it every day. Nez is from the UK. He talking about, oh, damn, I'm having trouble approaching these girls. It's the same shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's Nez though. I mean, we haven't been to the UK to experience that.
No. But what I'm saying is that if chicks were just approaching all the time and throwing choosing signals, Nez wouldn't have nothing to say. Right? That's what I'm saying.
No, Locario. They're not choosing him probably because of his look. That's what I'm saying.
No, but Nez is not a bad looking dude. We all seen pictures of Nez. Nez is not a bad looking dude. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't think he's good looking in my eyes. No homo.
But see,
I'm saying that you think he is. I don't. But I'm saying that if we went down there, Locario, to the UK, we could take over. That's what I'm trying to tell you, though.
This nigga,
that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
oh my god! But yo, man, bro, I gotta try to get a caller or two real quick before I head up out of here, man. But I appreciate the call, my brother.
One more thing, I'm gonna tell you something.
This nigga said one more thing.
If she's choosing you, approach that chick and fuck her, okay?
I got you, bro. All right, I'm a holler.
All right, brother.
I'm telling you, dudes be wanting to fucking hang on to them choosing signals heavy, bro. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this? Yo.
Hello?
Yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
This is Locario. What's going on, brother?
What up?
This is Spartan from Florida.
What's going on, bro?
You know, goddamn, what the hell was that last call?
they want the excuses, man. I'm telling you.
All right, I got the lie detector results. When you were asked how many bitches you fucked, you said 50. The lie detector says that's a lie. When you were asked what race were you, you said other. The lie detector test determined that's a lie.
Yo, this dude, he talking about other. He's like, I'm brown skin. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Oh,
what
man.
The fuck? You know, I was just watching the other day a thing with you and Miles, and Miles was talking about he had went on 2 dates that day.
Mm-hmm.
And the first chick was cooperative, right?
Right.
And the second chick, he said from the jump, like, it looked like it was gonna be good. Like, cause when he went up to the girls, it was her and 2 of her friends, and you know he went up to them, and then you know she was the one that was interacting with him. So he thought that based off of her interacting with him, despite the other 2 that were just ignoring him, he thought that it would be easier. I mean, he didn't say that, but he just assumed that was where it was going to be. But later on, when he called her to confirm the date, she kind of hung up on him a little abruptly.
Right.
That was the first thing that didn't go well. The second thing that didn't go well, when she got to the place, she showed up late, right? Then she didn't hold his hand, and then when they got into the bar after the movie, he tried to pull out a seat for her, and she didn't even want to sit down.
Exactly.
Right? But she chose him at the beginning,
exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
In the same aspect, in the same sense, that how that woman was acting, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gave him a choosing signal, but throughout the whole situation, she was being confrontational with him. Why? Because I guess because she was masculine, or she had some kind of issue with being led, you know, and, you know, based off of the choosing signal, you would have thought otherwise.
Right.
But that's not what ended up happening. And in that same situation, I can liken that woman in the way that she acted to the last caller, in the sense that he is very wishy-washy in his mindset, like that woman. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. And he's a young dude, so he's 22. But I'm not that. I just turned 31, so I remember when I was 22 very clearly, and I always thought rationally the way that I thought. But if I had a male guidance, I would have gotten a lot further in my life. I didn't have a father in my family.
Right.
So I'm going to try to do it in a way that hopefully he takes on to it. The first thing bro, you gave out to the last caller, bro. You gave out so many signs to us that you were on some bullshit. Like, the first thing was, I'm not trying to judge anybody who smokes weed, but you smoke weed. That was one. You called up and you said you just got done smoking some weed.
Right.
Okay, so first of all, you're doing something that is illegal, and then, you know, marijuana is a medicine that helps people. So if you're not sick, I don't know why you're smoking it.
Right.
Okay, that's the first sign. The second sign is he has almost like a situation where he doesn't want to accept what he is. Not when you ask him what was his race or what is he considered, he said other. Right. When he said he was brown like a twig. You know what I'm saying? You, brother, you are African.
Right, exactly.
First of all, and if we really want to get deep, there is no such thing as race. There's only the human race.
Exactly.
We're just different colors. But if you want to get really specific, everyone is African. Right. Okay? Because life came out of Africa. If you are brown, if you are 2 shades darker than brown, if you're 3 shades mahogany, whatever, chocolate, caramel, you are black. There is, if you really want to get specific, there's either you're black or you're white. Right. And you're sitting here with this identity situation because you don't want to accept what you are. I'm a black person. I'm Haitian, all right? I was born in Haiti, but I came to America. And I don't see no difference from me and the African American. I am the same. So you got a lot of people who come from other countries, like that are black. Even the East Indians, they come from other countries, and they think because they weren't born here or they're not a part of the African American culture that they're somehow different from that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that shit pisses me off. Because when a police officer sees you, he's not thinking you fucking other. He's looking at you like you a fucking black man. And it is fucking dangerous to be out here playing these fucking games with yourself as if you're something else other than what you are. Right. How the hell do you expect women to operate with you? How do you expect people to actually deal your program when you don't even fucking love yourself? Get the fuck out of here, bro, with all that bullshit, man. Right, that's what I'm saying. That pissed me the fuck off.
It's crazy. It's crazy because I'm like, you could tell the way he was talking about stuff. It was a lot of things he wasn't really too sure about. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I don't want to get too much into his ass because he's young. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you calling up and you challenging someone who's actually been doing the thing, and then again you giving out all kind of information about yourself that proves that you on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck does that work, bro? Right. My thing to him, man. My thing to you, bro. Like, bro? You live in a country that was built on fucking racism, and the shit is not dead. So there's a certain type of way that black people have to move in this country. And if you know that, if you accept that, then that means that when you get with women that you take seriously, there's a certain way you and that family have to move as a unit, just to understand based off the fact that you live in this type of country. Right. If you lived in Nigeria, where it's predominantly black, you probably wouldn't have the same kind of worries that you have to have in Nigeria than you have to have here in America. So my point is, if you love yourself, you set up things to protect yourself. But if you're trying to pretend that you're something else, you're setting yourself up for danger. And anyone that is in your situation, you're setting yourself for danger too, because you're not accepting the reality.
Right.
It's like you're not accepting the reality of the choosing signal situation.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice to him is, bro, just love yourself and try to get more grounded within yourself and accept the reality for what it is. Because
right.
what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure and pain. And not only that, you're setting yourself up, but because you're a man, you're a leader, you're setting up for potential danger for other people who may follow you.
Mm-hmm. That's real shit, man. That's real shit, man.
Yeah, there's no country called other, and there's no country called brown.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's either you fucking African or you fucking confused. I'm done.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Later.
Peace. All right, people. I got to head up out of here. Listen, if I didn't get to you guys calls who donated and who wanted to do a call, I'm gonna do another show on tomorrow, actually, probably during the day. So you can just hit me up then, and if you guys want to make it easier, you could just send me the question in the chat if you want to do that, and I could just answer it straight from there. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I gotta head out real quick. Remember, guys, make sure you get this book, How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day, ebook, hard copy, or audiobook. Make sure you guys go to MrLocario.com right now. Also, go to Patreon.com/Mr. Locario to check out the Bad Boy Show. Also, go to Patreon.com /The Confidence Show to check out The Confidence Show. And also, what else? Yeah, go to UndeniableGame.com to get the free program Undeniable Game. If you guys have not went on that site, go to UndeniableGame.com. Check out that program. It's free. 7 easy-to-follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And I'm out of here, people. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone later. Make sure you get them likes up. Appreciate y'all. Mahalo. Peace.